Have you ever wondered why some people seem to be magnets for wealth while others repel it without even realizing it? Why opportunities flow effortlessly to certain individuals while passing you by, as if you were invisible to abundance itself? This is not about luck, connection, or even hard work. This is about something far more fundamental that most people never discover in their entire lifetime. There is an invisible force field around every human being, as real as the electromagnetic field that surrounds the Earth. And just as a magnet can attract or repel depending on its polarity, your personal energy field is either drawing wealth toward you or pushing it away every single moment of every single day. Right now, as you listen to these words, your field is either set to attraction or repulsion, and your bank account is the direct evidence of which setting has been dominant in your life. Genevieve Behrend understood this principle better than almost anyone who has ever lived. She knew that becoming irresistible to wealth is not about changing your circumstances, improving your skills, or even working harder. It is about reversing the polarity of your personal magnetism so that money, opportunities, and abundance cannot help but flow toward you with the same inevitability that iron filings are drawn to a powerful magnet. But here is what most people do not understand about magnetic attraction. You cannot fake it, force it, or think your way into it. True magnetism operates below the level of conscious thought, in the realm where intention meets energy, where belief becomes biology, where your very presence begins to rearrange the field of possibility around you. And the most extraordinary part? This transformation can begin with something as simple as a small piece of metal sitting in your drawer right now. I want you to imagine for a moment that you are standing in a room where every surface is covered with iron filings. When you walk in carrying a weak magnet, nothing happens. The filings remain scattered, chaotic, unresponsive to your presence. But the moment you activate a powerful electromagnet, everything changes instantly. The filings leap toward you, forming beautiful patterns, organizing themselves around your energy field, unable to resist the pull of your magnetic force. This is exactly what happens when you activate your wealth magnetism properly. The money that was scattered throughout your environment, the opportunities that seemed random and elusive, the abundance that felt forever out of reach, suddenly begins organizing itself around your presence. Not because you are trying harder or wanting more desperately, but because you have become irresistibly attractive to wealth at the most fundamental level of energy and vibration. The technique you are about to learn requires nothing more than a simple magnet, the kind you might use to hold papers on your refrigerator. But when this ordinary object is combined with the precise method that Genevieve discovered, it becomes a catalyst for transforming your entire relationship with money. Not over months or years, but in a matter of days. Because true magnetism, once activated, works with the speed of natural law. You did not find this message by accident. Something in your field of consciousness was already seeking this knowledge, already preparing for this transformation. Your very presence here is evidence that you are ready to stop repelling wealth and start becoming irresistible to it. The magnet is waiting. The technique is here. And your transformation begins the moment you make the choice to activate what has been dormant within you for far too long. If this resonates with something deep in your soul, something that has been waiting your entire life for this recognition, then take action right now. Leave a comment with these 3 words: "Wealth finds me," not as a wish or a hope, but as a declaration of your readiness to become magnetic to abundance. And subscribe to this channel, because you are now part of a community of people who understand that prosperity is not about luck or circumstance, but about conscious activation of your natural magnetism. The reversal begins now. Let us continue. There is a heaviness that lives in the chest of someone whose magnetic field is set to repulsion rather than attraction. You know this feeling intimately, even if you have never named it. It is the sinking sensation when you watch money slip through your fingers like water through a broken vessel. It is the frustration of seeing opportunities that seem perfectly designed for you somehow flow to other people, as if you were invisible to abundance itself. This is not your imagination playing tricks on you. This is the direct experience of carrying a reversed polarity in your personal energy field. Just as a magnet turned the wrong way will push iron filings away, no matter how desperately you want them to come closer, your current energetic configuration is actively repelling the very wealth you are trying so hard to attract. And the more effort you apply, the stronger the repulsion becomes. Picture this scene that plays out in millions of lives every single day. You wake up with determination to change your financial situation. You check your bank account, calculate your bills, make plans and goals and affirmations about prosperity. But underneath all this mental activity, your energy field is broadcasting a frequency of lack, of not having enough, of fear that there might not be enough to go around. And that frequency reaches into the invisible realm where opportunities are born and pushes them away from you with the relentless force of magnetic repulsion. The tragedy is that you cannot see this happening. You cannot observe your own energy field the way you might observe a physical magnet repelling metal objects. All you experience are the results. The job that goes to someone less qualified. The investment that would have been perfect if only you had heard about it sooner. The business opportunity that somehow never quite materializes despite your best efforts. The money that arrives just in time to leave again for unexpected expenses, as if your financial life were caught in a revolving door that never lets abundance stay. This repulsive force shows up in the smallest details of daily life. When you walk into a store, employees somehow become less helpful. When you negotiate prices, people seem less willing to give you the best deal. When you apply for opportunities, you get the sense that decision makers are not really seeing you, not really considering you as someone who naturally attracts success. It is as if you are wearing an invisible sign that says, "Pass me by," and everyone unconsciously obeys that signal. The weight of this reversed magnetism settles into your body in ways that go beyond emotions. Your shoulders carry the tension of always pushing against resistance. Your breathing becomes shallow because deep breathing requires the kind of trust and openness that feels dangerous when you are struggling. Your sleep becomes restless because even in dreams, you are working too hard, trying too desperately to make things happen that should flow naturally. But perhaps the most painful aspect of magnetic repulsion is the loneliness it creates. You watch other people attract opportunities with apparent ease, and you wonder what secret they possess that you lack. You see abundance flowing to individuals who seem no more deserving than you, and you begin to question whether prosperity is simply not meant for people like you. The field around you becomes not just repulsive to wealth, but repulsive to the natural confidence and ease that allows others to receive what life offers. This is the suffocating atmosphere of reversed polarity. Every effort to attract wealth actually strengthens the field that pushes it away. Every desperate affirmation broadcasts more powerfully the frequency of not having. Every visualization session reminds your subconscious that you are still someone who needs to imagine abundance because you do not actually live in it. The very techniques that promise to bring you prosperity become additional evidence to your energy field that abundance is something you lack rather than something you naturally embody. And yet, as dark as this picture may appear, there is profound hope in understanding that repulsion and attraction are simply different settings of the same fundamental force. Just as an electromagnet can be instantly reversed by changing the direction of current flowing through it, your personal magnetism can be flipped from repulsion to attraction through a precise shift in how you align your energy field. The same force that has been pushing wealth away can be redirected to draw it toward you with equal power. You are not broken. You are not cursed. You are not meant to struggle forever with money. You are simply operating with the wrong polarity setting, and that setting can be changed as quickly and easily as flipping a switch. But just as the water must find its way through the cracks in stone, your transformation must begin with recognizing that the force working against you can become the force working for you. Let us continue. There is a story I must tell you about a man named Marcus, because his experience reveals exactly what happens when someone discovers how to reverse their magnetic polarity in real time. Marcus owned a small consulting business that had been struggling for 3 years, not failing completely, but never thriving, always 1 month away from having to close, always one lost client away from financial catastrophe. He described himself as someone who worked twice as hard as his competitors, but somehow attracted half the results. When Marcus found Genevieve Behrend's writings about magnetic attraction, he was skeptical but desperate. His business account had $1,200 left, barely enough to cover rent for another month. He had tried every marketing strategy, every networking approach, every business improvement technique he could find. But what he had never tried was examining the invisible force field he carried into every interaction, every sales call, every potential partnership conversation. The technique he learned was remarkably simple. Using nothing more than a small refrigerator magnet, he performed a 3-minute ritual every morning for 1 week. He held the magnet against his heart, breathed deeply 3 times, and spoke aloud. "I am a magnet for wealthy clients. They are drawn to me as naturally as iron to magnetic force." But more than the words, he focused on actually feeling his chest become magnetic, imagining golden threads extending from his heart and attracting exactly the right people into his business orbit. What happened next challenged everything Marcus thought he knew about how business works. On the second day of practice, he received an email from a former colleague asking if he would be interested in consulting for a Fortune 500 company. The project was worth more than his entire previous year's income. On the 4th day, a potential client he had been trying to reach for months suddenly called him, apologizing for the delay and ready to sign a contract immediately. By the end of the first week, Marcus had more qualified prospects than he had accumulated in the previous 6 months combined. But here is what made Marcus realize something fundamental had shifted beyond mere coincidence. The quality of his interactions changed completely. People started responding to his emails faster. Potential clients began referring him to other potential clients without being asked. Even his existing customers started volunteering to increase their project budgets, saying they wanted to work with him on bigger initiatives. It was as if his very presence had become magnetic to the kind of business relationships that create sustainable prosperity. Within 30 days, Marcus had to hire his first employee because he could not handle all the incoming opportunities. Within 60 days, he moved his business to a larger office. Within 90 days, he was earning more in a month than he had previously earned in an entire year. But the most remarkable change was not in his bank account. It was in how effortless everything felt. Where he had once struggled and pushed and fought for every opportunity, now opportunities seemed to seek him out, to compete for his attention. Marcus later described the transformation as learning to work with the current instead of against it. For years, he had been swimming upstream, exhausting himself by fighting against a force he could not see or understand. But once his polarity shifted, he found himself carried forward by the same current that had previously been holding him back. The energy he had been using to struggle against magnetic repulsion was suddenly available to flow toward his highest goals and deepest desires. The most profound aspect of Marcus's story is not the speed of his financial transformation, though that speed was remarkable. The most profound aspect is how the change felt from the inside. He stopped being someone who had to convince people to work with him and became someone people naturally wanted to work with. He stopped being someone who chased opportunities and became someone opportunities chased. He stopped trying to attract abundance and became inherently attractive to it. This shift from repulsion to attraction is not magic in the sense of breaking natural laws. It is magic in the sense of working with laws that most people never discover. When you align your personal energy field with the magnetic force that governs all attraction in the universe, you step into a flow that was always available but previously hidden from your experience. And once you step into that flow, struggle becomes obsolete because you are no longer working against the current of life but allowing it to carry you toward everything you have been seeking. Marcus's experience proves that magnetic reversal is not only possible, but can happen quickly when the right technique is applied with the right understanding. And if one small magnet could transform a failing business into a thriving enterprise in a matter of weeks, imagine what this same principle could do when applied to every area of your financial life. The current that carried Marcus forward is the same current waiting to carry you. The magnetic force that transformed his business relationships is the same force ready to transform your entire relationship with money. And the technique that shifted his polarity from repulsion to attraction is about to be shared with you in complete detail. Let us continue. Genevieve Behrend understood something about the nature of magnetism that modern science is only beginning to acknowledge. She recognized that the human being is not merely a biological organism moving through space, but an electromagnetic field of consciousness that actively shapes the reality it encounters. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold creates ripples in the invisible field around you. And these ripples either attract experiences that match their frequency or repel experiences that do not resonate with their vibration. But Genevieve went further than this basic understanding of energetic attraction. She discovered that the mind alone, no matter how focused or disciplined, cannot create the kind of persistent magnetic field that reliably draws wealth and opportunities. The mind is too changeable, too easily influenced by external circumstances, too prone to doubt and contradiction. What the mind begins with enthusiasm, it often abandons in moments of challenge or uncertainty. This is why purely mental approaches to abundance creation so often fail to produce lasting results. You can visualize prosperity with perfect clarity, repeat affirmations with complete conviction, and maintain positive thoughts with unwavering determination. But if these practices exist only in the realm of mental activity, they remain vulnerable to every doubt, every setback, every moment when external circumstances seem to contradict your internal vision. Genevieve recognized that true magnetic attraction requires what she called physical anchoring of spiritual truth. The invisible force field that surrounds you must be given tangible form through physical objects that hold and amplify your intention. Not because the objects themselves possess magical properties, but because the combination of mental focus and physical action creates a unified field of manifestation that operates below the level of conscious doubt and resistance. This is where the simple magnet becomes far more than a piece of metal. When you hold a magnet while declaring your magnetic attraction to wealth, you are not performing a symbolic gesture or engaging in wishful thinking. You are creating what Genevieve called a correspondence between the seen and unseen realms. The physical magnetism of the metal object resonates with and strengthens the energetic magnetism of your personal field, creating a unified force that operates according to laws more fundamental than mere positive thinking. Think of it this way. When you speak words of abundance while holding a magnet, you are programming both your conscious and subconscious mind to recognize that magnetic attraction is your natural state. Your nervous system feels the pull of physical magnetism in your hands, while hearing your voice declare spiritual magnetism in your life. This multi-sensory experience creates neural pathways that support attraction at the cellular level, far deeper than mental affirmations alone could reach. The technique works because it engages your entire being in the process of magnetic activation. Your body feels the weight and energy of the magnet. Your voice speaks the truth of your attractive power. Your mind visualizes the golden field expanding around you. Your emotions experience the relief and excitement of knowing that wealth is being drawn toward you at this very moment. This integration of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual elements creates what Genevieve called irresistible manifestation momentum. But here is the most important truth that separates this approach from every other abundance technique you may have tried. You are not using the magnet to become attractive to wealth. You are using the magnet to remember that you already are attractive to wealth. The magnetic force you activate with this practice is not something foreign to your nature that you must acquire or develop. It is your natural state that has been temporarily obscured by conditioning, doubt, and years of believing that attraction requires effort rather than alignment. Genevieve often said that the universe knows only one activity: attraction. Every star, every planet, every galaxy exists because of magnetic forces drawing matter together in perfect order and harmony. You are not separate from this cosmic magnetism. You are an expression of it, a conscious participant in the same attractive forces that hold the solar system in balance and draw life forms together in endless creative combinations. When you align your personal field with this universal principle of attraction, you stop being someone who hopes to attract abundance and become someone through whom abundance naturally expresses itself. This shift from hoping to knowing, from trying to being, from effort to alignment, transforms not only your financial results, but your entire experience of what it means to live in a benevolent universe that wants to give you everything you truly need. The magnet in your hand becomes a physical reminder of the magnetic force in your heart. The attraction you feel between the metal and iron objects becomes a tangible representation of the attraction between your consciousness and unlimited prosperity. And the more frequently you engage in this practice of physical magnetic activation, the more naturally your energy field maintains its attractive polarity regardless of external circumstances. If you feel the truth of these words resonating in your chest, if you sense that you have always been magnetic but simply forgot how to activate that magnetism, then write these words in the comments. I attract effortlessly, not as a hope for the future, but as a recognition of your inherent nature. And know that by declaring this truth, you have already begun the process of magnetic activation that will transform your relationship with wealth forever. The technique itself is surprisingly simple, but its effects reach into every corner of your financial life. Are you ready to discover how 3 minutes with a simple magnet can reverse years of magnetic repulsion and align you with the attractive force that has been waiting your entire life to serve you? Let us continue. The moment has arrived to activate the magnetic force that will make you irresistible to wealth. This is not a metaphor or a symbolic gesture. This is a precise technique for aligning your personal energy field with the fundamental force of attraction that governs everything from atomic particles to galaxies. When performed correctly, this ritual creates an immediate shift in your magnetic polarity that begins attracting abundance within hours and establishes permanent attractive momentum within 72 hours. Find any small magnet in your home. It could be a refrigerator magnet, a magnetic clip, or even a small horseshoe magnet from a hardware store. The size and strength of the physical magnet matter far less than the intention and energy you bring to this practice. Hold this magnet in your dominant hand, feeling its weight, its temperature, its solid presence as something that naturally attracts metal objects without effort or struggle. Sit comfortably with your spine straight and your feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes and bring the magnet to rest against your chest, directly over your heart. This is not arbitrary positioning. The heart center is where your personal electromagnetic field generates its strongest energy signature. By placing the physical magnet against this point, you are creating a direct connection between the tangible force of magnetic attraction and the invisible force field that surrounds your entire being. Take 3 deep breaths, feeling the magnet warming against your chest with each inhalation. On the first breath, imagine that you are drawing golden light from the universe directly into the magnet. On the second breath, visualize this golden light spreading from the magnet throughout your entire chest cavity, illuminating your heart with magnetic energy. On the third breath, see this golden magnetic light expanding beyond your physical body, creating a glowing field that extends 3 feet in every direction around you. Now speak these words aloud with complete authority and unwavering conviction. I am a magnet for wealth. Money is drawn to me as naturally as iron to magnetic force. Opportunities seek me out because my field is irresistibly attractive to abundance. I do not chase prosperity. Prosperity chases me. Feel each word as you speak it, allowing the vibration of your voice to resonate through the magnet and into your heart center. Continue to hold the magnet against your chest while you visualize golden threads of light extending from your heart in all directions. See these threads reaching into the invisible realm where opportunities are born, where money flows between accounts, where decisions are made that affect your financial future. Watch as these golden magnetic threads begin attracting exactly what you need. See opportunities traveling along these threads toward you like iron filings racing toward a powerful electromagnet. As you maintain this visualization, repeat this simple phrase 3 times. Wealth finds me now. Do not say it as a request or a hope. Say it as a statement of fact, the way you might state that water flows downhill or that magnets attract metal. You are not trying to convince the universe of anything. You are simply aligning your energy field with a law of nature that operates whether you understand it or not. When you complete the third repetition, slowly remove the magnet from your chest, but continue to hold it in your hands. Open your eyes and look at this ordinary object with new recognition. It is no longer just a piece of metal. It has become a physical anchor for your activated magnetism, a tangible reminder that your attractive force is now operating at full capacity. Keep this magnet with you throughout the day, touching it whenever you want to reinforce your magnetic alignment. There was a woman named Sarah who performed this exact ritual during her lunch break at a job she was planning to leave because the pay was insufficient for her needs. She sat in her car with a small refrigerator magnet, followed these precise steps, and returned to work feeling strangely confident about her financial future. When she checked her email at the end of the day, she found a message from a potential freelance client offering her exactly the kind of high-paying project she had been hoping to find. The email had arrived 37 minutes after she completed the magnetic activation ritual. This is not an unusual result. This is the natural response of a universe that operates according to magnetic laws. When you properly align your personal field with the force of attraction, opportunities that were already seeking expression through someone like you suddenly have a clear path to reach you. You do not create these opportunities through the ritual. You make yourself available to receive opportunities that were already in motion but could not locate you while your field was set to repulsion. The key to this technique is understanding that you are not performing it to make something happen in the future. You are performing it to activate what is already true about your nature in this present moment. Magnetic attraction is not a skill you need to develop or a quality you need to acquire. It is your natural state that has been temporarily obscured by years of conditioning that taught you to work against the current instead of flowing with it. Every time you repeat this practice, you strengthen the neural pathways that support effortless receiving. Your nervous system learns to maintain the relaxed alertness that allows opportunities to approach without resistance. Your energy field stabilizes in the attractive polarity that draws abundance toward you as naturally as breathing draws oxygen into your lungs. But remember, this is only the beginning of your magnetic transformation. The ritual activates the process, but the full manifestation of your attractive power requires a specific period of time to establish itself in your lived experience. That period is exactly 72 hours, and understanding why this timing is so precise will prepare you for the extraordinary changes that are about to unfold in your financial life. Let us continue. There is a rhythm to manifestation that most people never discover because they abandon their practices before the natural timing of the universe can complete its work. Genevieve Behrend understood this rhythm intimately, recognizing that when you activate your magnetic field through the proper technique, there is a precise window of time required for your new energetic configuration to stabilize and begin attracting measurable results. That window is exactly 72 hours. This is not arbitrary timing, chosen for mystical reasons or symbolic meaning. 72 hours represents the exact amount of time required for your nervous system to integrate a new energy pattern, for your bioelectric field to stabilize in its attractive polarity, and for the invisible forces that govern manifestation to reorganize the circumstances around you in response to your shifted magnetic signature. It is the amount of time the universe needs to rearrange itself around your new identity as someone who naturally attracts wealth. Think of this process like the way a powerful electromagnet affects metal objects in its vicinity. When you first activate the electromagnetic field, there is an immediate response from objects close to the magnet. They begin moving toward the source of attraction right away. But objects further from the magnet take more time to feel the force and begin their journey toward the attractive center. In the same way, opportunities and money that are energetically close to you will begin moving in your direction within hours of your magnetic activation. But larger opportunities, more significant sums of money, and life-changing financial circumstances need the full 72-hour period to feel your magnetic pull and begin manifesting in your physical experience. During these 3 days, your personal energy field is undergoing a complete recalibration. The neural pathways in your brain are forming new connections that support effortless receiving rather than effortful striving. Your bioelectric field is learning to maintain the frequency of attraction even when external circumstances seem unchanged. Your subconscious mind is releasing old programs of scarcity and limitation while integrating new patterns of abundance and magnetic prosperity. This is why patience during the 72-hour window is not just recommended, but essential. If you begin checking for results after 24 hours and do not see dramatic changes, you might conclude that the technique is not working and unconsciously shift your energy back into the old patterns of doubt and repulsion. But the process is working. The magnetic forces are gathering momentum. The universe is responding to your new attractive frequency and beginning to reorganize itself around your shifted identity. Modern neuroscience has discovered that it takes approximately 3 days for new neural pathways to stabilize sufficiently to influence behavior and perception. During this period, your brain is literally rewiring itself to support the magnetic patterns you activated through the ritual. Old thought patterns that supported magnetic repulsion are being dismantled, while new thought patterns that support irresistible attraction are being constructed. This neurological transformation is happening below the level of conscious awareness, but its effects will become clearly visible once the integration process completes. Biofield research has shown that human electromagnetic fields can influence the fields of other people, and even affect electronic equipment at measurable distances. When you activate your magnetic attraction to wealth, you are not just changing something inside yourself. You are broadcasting a new energetic signature that reaches into your environment and begins affecting how others respond to you, how opportunities align around you, and how circumstances reorganize themselves to support your magnetic identity. The 72-hour window is also the amount of time required for what quantum physicists call quantum decoherence to occur around your new energetic state. In simple terms, this means that the infinite field of possibility around you needs 3 days to collapse into specific manifestations that match your activated magnetic frequency. The opportunities that will appear in your life during and after this window are not random coincidences. They are the direct result of quantum possibilities organizing themselves around your consciously activated magnetism. But here is what you must understand about the precision of this timing. The 72 hours do not begin when you first think about doing the ritual or when you casually attempt the technique. They begin the moment you perform the magnetic activation with complete presence and unwavering conviction. If you approach the practice with skepticism or perform it mechanically without genuine engagement, the timer does not start. The universe responds to authentic magnetic activation, not half-hearted attempts or experimental dabbling. During these 3 days, you will notice subtle changes that serve as confirmation that your magnetic field is functioning properly. People may respond to you differently, showing more interest in conversations or being more helpful than usual. You might find yourself in the right place at the right time for small but meaningful coincidences. Electronic devices might behave unusually around you, or you might notice that metal objects seem to stick to your hands slightly longer than normal. These are not imagination. These are measurable effects of an activated bioelectric field. The most important thing to remember during the 72-hour activation period is that doubt and impatience are the only forces that can interfere with the natural magnetic process. Your job is not to monitor for results or analyze every interaction for signs of change. Your job is to maintain the quiet confidence of someone whose magnetic attraction is working perfectly, drawing exactly what you need at exactly the right time. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust that never early, never late, always exact describes not just the arrival of your manifestations, but the perfect operation of universal magnetic law through your conscious participation. The transformation has already begun. The magnetism is already active, and in 72 hours or less, you will have tangible proof that you have become irresistible to wealth. Let us continue. During the 72-hour activation period, you will encounter 7 specific forms of resistance that arise not from external circumstances, but from the old energetic patterns within you that are being dissolved to make space for your new magnetic identity. These resistances are not obstacles to your transformation. They are confirmations that the magnetic reversal is working, that your field is shifting from repulsion to attraction, and that the old patterns of scarcity consciousness are releasing their hold on your energy system. The first resistance appears as doubt about the simplicity of the technique. Your rational mind, which has been trained to believe that significant results require complex efforts and extended time periods, will whisper that something so simple cannot possibly create real change in your financial circumstances. When this doubt arises, do not argue with it or try to convince yourself otherwise. Simply return your attention to the magnet, hold it against your heart, and speak these words. I trust my magnetic field. It operates according to laws deeper than my understanding. The doubt is not truth. It is simply the old pattern testing your commitment to the new reality. The second resistance manifests as fear of appearing foolish or engaging in practices that others might ridicule. This resistance often appears when you are around people who operate from scarcity consciousness and might react negatively to your magnetic activation work. Remember that their reactions are reflections of their own limiting beliefs, not evidence about the validity of your practice. When this fear arises, remind yourself, I choose magnetism over the opinions of those who have not discovered their own attractive power. Your transformation does not require anyone else's understanding or approval. The third resistance comes through logical analysis that attempts to explain away early signs of magnetic activation. When small coincidences begin appearing or people start responding to you differently, your analytical mind may try to dismiss these changes as random events unrelated to your magnetic work. This resistance serves to keep you trapped in old patterns by denying evidence of new possibilities. When logic attempts to minimize your magnetic results, respond with, I recognize the signs of my activated magnetism regardless of other possible explanations. The fourth resistance appears as comparison with others who seem to attract abundance without any conscious technique or effort. You might find yourself thinking that if magnetism were real, you would not need to work with it consciously since others appear to receive wealth naturally. This comparison ignores the fact that some people were fortunate enough to maintain their natural magnetic alignment from childhood, while others need to consciously restore what was lost through conditioning. When comparison arises, declare, my path to magnetic activation is perfect for me. I honor my unique journey to irresistible attraction. The fifth resistance manifests as impatience with the 72-hour timing, particularly if you are facing urgent financial pressures. Your survival instincts may insist that you need results immediately and that waiting 3 days is too long when bills are due or opportunities seem time-sensitive. This impatience actually interferes with the magnetic process by introducing the frequency of desperation rather than maintaining the frequency of confident attraction. When urgency creates impatience, breathe deeply and affirm, divine timing and magnetic timing are identical. My needs are met in perfect sequence. The sixth resistance appears as a test of your commitment just before significant breakthroughs become visible. Often when you are within hours of major manifestations, the old patterns will create one final surge of doubt, fear, or temptation to abandon the practice. This resistance can feel more intense than earlier forms because it represents the last attempt of scarcity consciousness to maintain its influence over your energy field. This is when you must hold your magnetic alignment most steadily. When the final test arises, strengthen your resolve by declaring, I am committed to my magnetic transformation regardless of temporary challenges. The seventh and most subtle resistance comes as fear of actually receiving what you have been asking for. As your magnetism grows stronger and larger opportunities begin approaching, part of you may feel overwhelmed by the responsibility of handling increased abundance or concerned about whether you truly deserve such prosperity. This resistance often appears as self-sabotage behaviors or unconscious avoidance of opportunities that your magnetic field has attracted. When fear of receiving arises, expand your capacity by affirming, I am worthy of unlimited abundance and capable of managing whatever wealth my magnetism attracts. The key to working with these 7 resistances is recognition rather than resistance. When you recognize that doubt, fear, logic, comparison, impatience, testing, and unworthiness are simply old patterns being released, you can allow them to pass through your awareness without being consumed by them. They are like clouds passing across the sky. They temporarily obscure the sun, but they do not have the power to extinguish its light. Each time you encounter one of these resistances and choose to maintain your magnetic alignment anyway, you strengthen your capacity to attract abundance under any circumstances. You prove to yourself and to the universe that your commitment to prosperity consciousness is stronger than your attachment to familiar patterns of limitation. And you accelerate the magnetic activation process by demonstrating unwavering faith in your natural attractive power. If you are experiencing any of these 7 resistances right now, understand that they are signs of progress, not problems. Write these words in the comments. I overcome all resistance. Not as a battle cry against opposing forces, but as a gentle declaration that you choose alignment with your magnetic nature regardless of what old patterns might arise to test your resolve. The resistances are temporary. Your magnetism is permanent. And once you move through this natural cleansing process, you will discover that nothing can dim the attractive force that is your birthright and your natural state. Let us continue. Once your basic magnetic field is activated and stabilized, there are specific techniques for amplifying your attractive power to draw not just adequate abundance, but extraordinary prosperity into your experience. These amplifiers work by adding additional layers of magnetic resonance to your energy field, creating what Genevieve Behrend called irresistible attraction momentum that makes it impossible for wealth and opportunities to bypass you. The first amplifier combines the power of magnetic metal with the conductivity of water to create what ancient traditions called liquid magnetism. Fill a glass with pure water and place your activated magnet at the bottom of the glass for exactly 11 minutes. As the water sits in contact with the magnetic field, it becomes programmed with the same attractive frequency that you embedded in the metal through your ritual. Drink this magnetized water slowly while visualizing golden threads extending from your solar plexus to connect with sources of abundance throughout the world. This technique programs your body at the cellular level to maintain magnetic attraction from the inside out. The second amplifier involves carrying your activated magnet with you for 7 consecutive days, keeping it in contact with your physical body as much as possible. Place it in your pocket during the day, hold it while making important phone calls or financial decisions, and sleep with it under your pillow at night. This constant contact creates what researchers call biofield entrainment, where your personal electromagnetic signature becomes permanently aligned with the frequency of magnetic attraction. Many people report that during this 7-day period, their income opportunities increase dramatically because their magnetic field never stops broadcasting its attractive signal. The third amplifier works through collective magnetic resonance when multiple people activate their attraction fields simultaneously. If you have family members or friends who are open to consciousness work, perform the basic magnetic ritual together, each person holding their own magnet while speaking the activation words in unison. The combined magnetic fields create what physicists call constructive interference, where individual waves of energy reinforce each other to create a much more powerful collective force. Groups who practice magnetic activation together often report that financial opportunities appear that benefit everyone involved, as if their combined magnetism was strong enough to attract abundance at a community level. The fourth amplifier integrates the practice with cycles of gratitude to multiply the attractive force through the principle of appreciation. Every 3 hours throughout your day, hold your magnet and speak aloud 3 specific things you are grateful for that represent abundance already present in your life. This could be the money in your wallet, the roof over your head, or the device you are using to listen to these words. Gratitude for existing abundance creates magnetic resonance with additional abundance, drawing more of the same energy into your experience. The 3-hour timing ensures that your attractive field is refreshed 8 times per day, maintaining peak magnetic intensity. The 5th amplifier uses mirrors to reflect and multiply your magnetic energy signature throughout your living space. Place your activated magnet in front of a mirror while performing your daily activation ritual. The reflection creates what Genevieve called doubled magnetism, where the image of your magnetic field reinforces the reality of your attractive power. Some practitioners place small mirrors around their homes with magnets positioned to create multiple reflection points, turning their entire living environment into a magnetic attraction chamber that draws abundance from every direction. The 6th amplifier involves programming specific scents to trigger automatic magnetic activation through olfactory memory. Choose a particular essential oil or natural fragrance that you enjoy and expose your magnet to this scent during every activation ritual. After several repetitions, your nervous system will associate this fragrance with the state of magnetic attraction, allowing you to instantly access your attractive power by simply smelling the programmed scent. Keep a small vial of this magnetic fragrance with you and breathe it deeply whenever you want to amplify your attractive field before important financial interactions. The 7th amplifier applies magnetic attraction specifically to sleep and dream states, when your subconscious mind is most receptive to new programming. Place your activated magnet under your pillow and speak these words before falling asleep. My magnetic power grows stronger as I sleep. I wake up more attractive to wealth than when I went to bed. During sleep, your brain processes and integrates the magnetic patterns at deeper levels than conscious practice alone can reach. Many people report receiving important financial guidance through dreams during periods of intensive magnetic amplification. But perhaps the most powerful amplifier is the recognition that every successful application of magnetic attraction creates momentum for even greater attraction in the future. Each time your magnetism draws money, opportunities, or favorable circumstances into your experience, your confidence in your attractive power increases, which strengthens your magnetic field, which attracts even more abundant experiences. This creates what systems theorists call a positive feedback loop, where success generates the conditions for greater success in an ever-expanding spiral of magnetic prosperity. The key to working with amplifiers effectively is to add them gradually rather than attempting to use all of them at once. Start with the basic magnetic activation until it feels natural and effortless. Then introduce one amplifier at a time, allowing each new element to integrate fully before adding the next. This approach prevents overwhelm and ensures that each amplification technique adds genuine power to your magnetic field rather than creating confusion or diluted focus. As you experiment with these amplifiers, pay attention to which ones create the strongest resonance with your personal energy system. Some people respond more powerfully to the water techniques, while others find the mirror amplifications most effective. Trust your intuitive guidance about which amplifiers serve your unique magnetic development, and remember that consistency with fewer techniques is more powerful than sporadic practice with many techniques. The universe delights in responding to genuine magnetic attraction with abundance that exceeds your expectations. The amplifiers simply ensure that your attractive field operates at maximum capacity, drawing not just adequate prosperity, but extraordinary wealth that allows you to live with complete financial freedom and generous service to others. If you feel ready to amplify your magnetic power beyond the basic activation level, write these words in the comments. I amplify my attraction force. And know that by declaring this intention, you have already begun the process of expanding your magnetic field to accommodate levels of abundance that match your highest possibilities. The current has turned in your favor. The magnetism is active and growing stronger. And the next phase of your transformation involves recognizing the subtle signs that prove your attractive power is working exactly as intended. Let us continue. When your magnetic field shifts from repulsion to attraction, the changes begin appearing in your experience before you see dramatic shifts in your bank account or major opportunities materializing. These early signs serve as confirmation that your energetic transformation is complete and that larger manifestations are already in motion, traveling toward you through the invisible realm where all possibilities exist before taking physical form. The first sign appears in how other people respond to you differently without any conscious change in your behavior or presentation. Cashiers become more friendly and helpful when you make purchases. Service providers offer discounts or upgraded services without being asked. People in elevators or waiting rooms start conversations with you spontaneously, often sharing information that proves useful for your financial goals. This shift in social magnetic attraction happens because your energy field is now broadcasting the frequency of someone who naturally receives good things, and others unconsciously respond to that signal by offering kindness and assistance. The second sign manifests as an increase in small financial synchronicities that seem too perfectly timed to be coincidental. You might find coins on the ground more frequently than usual, receive unexpected rebates or refunds, discover that items you want to purchase are on sale exactly when you decide to buy them, or learn about free resources that save you money just when you need them most. These micro-manifestations are not the final goal of your magnetic work, but they serve as proof that your attractive field is functioning properly and drawing abundance from sources you had not previously considered. The third sign appears as sudden clarity about financial decisions that previously felt confusing or overwhelming. Investment choices that seemed risky before now feel obviously correct. Career moves that appeared uncertain suddenly seem like clear next steps. Business opportunities that you might have overlooked now stand out as perfect matches for your skills and interests. This clarity comes not from gathering more information, but from your magnetic field aligning you with the path of least resistance toward greater prosperity. There was a woman named Diana who began noticing the fourth sign during her second week of magnetic practice. Everywhere she went, people began offering her things. A neighbor gave her vegetables from his garden that saved her grocery money. A colleague passed along tickets to an expensive conference that proved valuable for her career development. A stranger in a coffee shop overheard her phone conversation about needing a particular service and recommended a friend who provided excellent work at half the usual price. This increase in spontaneous generosity from others is a direct result of your magnetic field attracting supportive energy from everyone in your environment. The fifth sign shows up as enhanced intuition about timing and opportunities. You start arriving at places exactly when beneficial conversations are happening. You check your email or phone at precisely the moment important messages arrive. You feel guided to call people just when they are thinking about offering you work or referring you to others. This magnetic synchronization with perfect timing happens because your attractive field is now coherent enough to sense and respond to the subtle energy patterns that precede all manifestation. The sixth sign appears as a noticeable reduction in financial stress and anxiety, even before your actual circumstances change dramatically. Bills that once created panic now feel manageable because you trust that resources will appear when needed. Financial planning becomes easier because you feel confident about your ability to attract additional income. Conversations about money with family or friends feel lighter because you no longer carry the heavy energy of someone who struggles with abundance. This emotional shift is crucial because it confirms that your identity has changed from someone who repels wealth to someone who naturally attracts it. The seventh and most significant sign manifests as opportunities beginning to compete for your attention rather than you competing for opportunities. Potential employers start reaching out to you instead of you having to search for job openings. Clients begin asking about your availability instead of you having to market your services aggressively. Investment possibilities present themselves through casual conversations rather than requiring extensive research and effort to discover. This reversal from chasing to being chased is the definitive proof that your magnetic polarity has shifted completely. But here is what many people do not understand about recognizing magnetic signs. If you spend your time actively looking for evidence that the technique is working, you create a frequency of doubt that actually interferes with the magnetic process. The signs appear naturally when you maintain the quiet confidence of someone whose magnetism is working perfectly, whether or not you see immediate proof. The more you trust the process without monitoring for results, the more quickly the signs multiply and expand into major manifestations. The most advanced practitioners learn to recognize what Genevieve called pre-manifestation ripples in the energy field around them. These are subtle shifts in atmosphere, changes in how spaces feel when you enter them, variations in the quality of light or sound that indicate significant opportunities are approaching. Developing sensitivity to these pre-manifestation signs allows you to prepare mentally and emotionally for abundance before it becomes visible, ensuring that you can receive whatever your magnetism attracts without shock or self-sabotage. Remember that the signs are not the destination, but confirmations that you are traveling in the correct direction. Each sign proves that your magnetic field is active and drawing abundance toward you with increasing momentum. The goal is not to collect signs, but to maintain the magnetic alignment that creates them naturally and effortlessly. If you have been noticing any of these signs in your own experience since beginning the magnetic activation work, write these words in the comments. The magnetism is active. This declaration acknowledges the evidence while reinforcing your commitment to maintaining the attractive field that creates even greater manifestations. The signs are appearing because your transformation is complete at the energetic level. What remains is simply allowing the physical realm to catch up with the new reality you have established through conscious magnetic activation. And that alignment between inner magnetism and outer manifestation is sealed through one final powerful declaration that locks your attractive identity into permanent activation. Let us continue. The moment has arrived to seal your magnetic transformation permanently, ensuring that your attractive power operates consistently regardless of external circumstances, emotional fluctuations, or temporary challenges that might otherwise interfere with your prosperity consciousness. This sealing process transforms temporary magnetic activation into permanent magnetic identity, making irresistible attraction to wealth as natural and automatic as your heartbeat or breathing. Hold your magnet against your heart one final time, feeling its solid presence as a physical reminder of the invisible force that now governs your relationship with abundance. Close your eyes and sense the golden field of magnetic energy that extends from your chest in all directions, reaching into the quantum realm where opportunities exist before taking form, where money flows between accounts, where decisions are made that will determine your financial future. Speak these words aloud with the authority of someone who knows beyond doubt that magnetic attraction is their natural state. I am irresistibly magnetic to wealth. Money seeks me as naturally as rivers flow toward the ocean. Opportunities compete for my attention because my field draws them with irresistible force. I do not chase prosperity. Prosperity chases me. Feel each word resonating through your entire being, embedding itself in your cellular memory, programming every fiber of your existence with the frequency of magnetic abundance. Now repeat this declaration 3 times with increasing intensity and conviction. The first repetition should be spoken as a whisper, allowing the words to sink gently into your subconscious mind like seeds planted in fertile soil. The second repetition should be spoken in your normal voice, claiming your magnetic identity with confident authority. The third repetition should be spoken as a powerful decree that announces your transformation to the universe itself, declaring that you have stepped permanently into your role as a magnetic attractor of unlimited wealth. As you complete the third repetition, visualize golden light exploding from your heart center and filling every cell of your body, every layer of your energy field, every aspect of your consciousness with irresistible magnetic force. See this light extending beyond your physical form to create a permanent shield of attraction around you that draws wealth and opportunities from every direction simultaneously. Know that this magnetic field is now permanently activated and will continue operating whether you think about it consciously or not. Remove the magnet from your chest, but continue to hold it in your hands as you speak the final sealing words. My magnetic power is sealed and permanent. It cannot be diminished by doubt, circumstances, or time. I am now and forever irresistibly attractive to wealth in all its forms. This is my nature. This is my truth, and it cannot be otherwise. These words create what Genevieve called energetic lock-in, ensuring that your attractive identity remains stable even during periods when you might forget to consciously maintain your magnetic practices. Place the magnet in a location where you will see it daily as a physical reminder of your permanent magnetic status. Every time you notice this object, let it trigger automatic remembrance that you are someone wealth seeks out naturally and effortlessly. You no longer need to perform elaborate rituals or maintain constant focus on magnetic activation. Your attractive power is now self-sustaining, drawing abundance to you as naturally as gravity draws objects toward the earth. The transformation you have undergone reaches far beyond personal financial improvement. You have become a living demonstration that magnetic laws govern manifestation, that consciousness creates circumstances, that every person possesses the power to reverse their polarity from repulsion to attraction through conscious intention combined with physical action. Your life now serves as proof that abundance is available to anyone willing to align with the fundamental forces that govern all creation. As you move forward from this moment, understand that your magnetic identity will continue evolving and strengthening through use. Every time your magnetism draws money, opportunities, or favorable circumstances into your experience, your confidence in your attractive power increases, which amplifies your magnetic field, which attracts even greater abundance in an ever-expanding spiral of prosperity consciousness. There will be moments when old patterns of doubt or scarcity attempt to reassert themselves, particularly during times of transition or challenge. When this happens, simply return to your magnet, hold it against your heart, and remember the truth of who you have become. You are not someone who hopes to attract wealth. You are someone who naturally attracts wealth because magnetic abundance is your sealed and permanent identity. If you have felt the power of this sealing process resonating through your entire being, if you sense that something fundamental has shifted in your relationship with abundance, then take action to anchor this transformation in community. Subscribe to this channel because you are now part of a growing network of people who understand that prosperity is not about luck or external circumstances, but about conscious activation of natural magnetic laws. Your presence in this community strengthens the collective field of abundance consciousness that benefits everyone who participates. And I want you to make a commitment that will accelerate your magnetic manifestations beyond what you might experience through individual practice alone. Return to this video in exactly 72 hours and share your testimony in the comments. Whether your experience includes dramatic financial shifts or subtle signs of magnetic activation, your witness serves as encouragement for others while reinforcing your own recognition of how powerfully this technique works when applied with genuine commitment. Write these words to seal your participation in the collective magnetic field. I am irresistibly magnetic to wealth. And so it is. By making this declaration publicly, you anchor your new identity in community witness while contributing to the growing evidence that magnetic attraction is not theory, but practical spiritual technology available to anyone ready to claim their natural attractive power. Your magnetic field is now permanently activated. Your attractive identity is sealed beyond the reach of doubt or circumstance. Wealth has no choice but to flow toward you because you have aligned yourself with the fundamental force that governs all abundance throughout the universe. The magnet in your hand is no longer just a piece of metal. It is a physical symbol of the invisible force that now operates through every aspect of your life, drawing prosperity toward you with the same inevitability that governs the movement of planets and the flow of rivers toward the sea. You are no longer someone who struggles with money. You are someone money struggles to reach quickly enough to satisfy your magnetic pull. You are no longer someone who chases opportunities. You are someone opportunities chase because your field creates irresistible attraction that cannot be ignored or resisted. This is your nature. This is your truth. This is your permanent reality. And it cannot be otherwise. And so it is.